of like, because I love Hard Knocks. I love All or Nothing. I love these in season, how they work. And the coaching prospects for me is very intriguing as far as, what does the day of an NBA coach look like? What does it look like to run a practice with professionals? Right. What does it look like when your team's on a winning streak, on a losing streak, etc.? So we have some cool ones with soccer and with football that we've seen a little bit. Obviously, they don't let you get too far in and hear like play calls and things like that. But man, I would love to have seen an in-season All or Nothing or Hard Knocks with the NBA, because that's one thing the NFL does really well as far as marketing their product that other leagues can learn from and have learned from.
There's something bad about to happen to me. I don't know what, but I feel it coming.
Clinton Portis?
I was going to say Clinton Portis.
I'm going to go Yuri Lettinen, hockey great.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He likes super quiet, but he loves death metal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys do.
I think it's something to do with being in the Arctic, because he's from the north of Finland. And I think there's just something about the culture there that says death metal.
There's a lot of different studies on hot versus cold cultures. And as Jameis Winston says, if you grow up near water, you're tough. Like Mike Evans.
Love that guy.
How
you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good in general.
Did you watch Aggies at all?
Yeah. No, I watched the first game. And then in typical Aggie fashion, after they lost the second game, I was like, they're not going to win this thing.
We're just going to go ahead and turn this off. We know how it's ending.
So I was like checking the score last night. And then when I got to like 5-1, I was like, I'm not going to tune in. I tuned in for like a little bit in the sixth inning because I thought we were going to tie it up. But kudos to Tennessee. Their coach looks like Patrick Dempsey. We established that. Yeah, he's an attractive man. We established that as a group. We watched it. What was that, Friday night? Whenever the first game was, a group of us got together and watched it.
That's fun.
So, yeah, man, we'll be all right. I mean, hey, I was glad they made it. I hadn't watched a baseball game in probably 3 years. So,
yeah, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
If you will.
Speaking of tea, that looks like it's supposed to have an M&M face on it. Does it? Oh, there it
does. It just depends on what hand I want to use.
Use the left hand. What's on the docket for today, bro?
Well, we're going to cover some NBA trades and draft stuff. We're going to do some JJ Redick. So now that his podcast is done for now, we're going to have a lot more subscribers. Our subscriber count has skyrocketed. So I don't know if that's correlation. Some hockey, some golf, some jerseys from the NFL. And then I had a profound thought at the end of an apology that I owe somebody who doesn't know it and who will probably never hear it. But
stay tuned to the end to hear the profound statement. Always got to love those profound statements.
Always. So you want to start off with the trade?
You want to talk Caruso first?
That's the only one. That's the only official one that I know.
That was the only one I really cared about. I think the thing that was interesting was it was just a straight up trade. It was Giddey for Caruso. No, I thought there was draft picks. No picks involved.
Yeah, if I'm Chicago, I'm like, you have 28 picks or whatever the actual number is in the next 10 drafts that you're not going to use. Throw me up first. Throw me up first in 3 years when you're going to win the title.
I didn't think the money would work just straight up because I think Giddey's still on a rookie deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd imagine he's 4 to 5. And I think Caruso signed like a 4 for 36.
The money thing I found out only has to do with teams that are at or over the cap. If you're under the cap like Oklahoma City, the money doesn't have to match.
Is that part of the new deal? Or has that always been like that?
I don't know. I just know that's the rules right now.
Gotcha.
Because with the other trade which I mean, like, I think that's a win for Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You kind of get rid of Giddey, who very hot and cold. He's young.
Right.
But then Caruso, I mean, that's exactly the player you need.
Second team defense this year, first team defense the year before. I mean, won a chip with Bron, and he's an Aggie.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. So
I think, perfect. You saw what Boston did to shut down Luka and Kyrie.
Right.
They couldn't stop them. They really couldn't stop Luka, even though he was only probably 70, 80% in that series as far as his health. And yet now they get a great on-the-ball defender. So good for Oklahoma City, bad for me, for Dallas.
Bad for us, yeah.
And then I just don't quite get it for Chicago. You know what I mean? I just don't. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know what they're doing.
Get younger, I guess.
Clearing cap space for LeBron and Bronny. Nah, that's not going to happen. But yeah, the only thing that I think the Caruso pickup's great, and for their perspective is I guess he's going to be the Luka killer, and he's going to have to guard Ant and Murray on the Nuggets. I guess he's the defensive guy. He's their Drew Holiday. He's their Derek White. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the dude can slam. He can put down a dunk, man. The dude can fly.
He really can.
So the Caruso show is a real thing.
Whoa!
I told you I saw him at the airport, right?
Yeah. Is he taller in person?
I'd seen him before. I'd seen him at some games at A&M. He's I think he's probably like 6'5". So he's not, nothing crazy. But yes, I saw on that one trip, I saw Miles Turner, I saw Alex Caruso, and then I saw Belichick. That was hilarious. I'd never seen anybody in the airport before. And then I had the triple hitter.
So you got 3 for 3 on that one.
Yeah. So
the other trade that I like was today. They're trying to work out the details, but it sounds like it's Tim Hardaway Jr. going to the Pistons.
Wizards?
Pistons is what I heard.
Ooh.
For really for nobody. Basically the trade is this. It's Tim Hardaway Jr. for keeping Derek Jones Jr. That's basically what it is, because you're dumping his salary.
They're getting cash.
And then I think you have the full mid-level exception, if I understand the salary cap right, which virtually no one does. So don't get on to me on that. But so then you're going to be able to offer
12.
I think it's
12.4, something like that.
So good money for Derek Jones Jr., who you really need. He was on the vet minimum this year, and he was a key piece.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great deal for the Mavs. Just dumping that contract and
moving on kind of from Hardaway Jr. So
what do you think?
Now I don't have to remember his name anymore. Unless he goes off on the Pistons. So
he will. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to get minutes. He's going to get shots. It's going to be kind of, no offense to Kevin Love. I thought Kevin Love was like a tier 2 player. Yeah. And then when he was with the Wolves, someone's got to get 20 points a game.
2020.
Yeah. And so he was never for me that great, but he was good. And he was champion.
Absolutely.
What do you think about the rumors of Trae Young?
So what are the rumors right now? Lakers or?
So Lakers, Pelicans.
A lot about the Hawks, especially because they have the first pick. There's all kinds of stuff thrown out there.
So Lakers, Pelicans, and Spurs are the 3 destinations that would be appealing to Young if he was dealt by the Hawks this offseason. And Mark Stein reported that Atlanta would likely trade either Young or Murray this summer.
Yeah. So I've seen the Spurs one a handful of times.
Same.
I think that would be kind of interesting. I also don't think Wembanyama is strictly a roll to the rim dunk guy. He is, but he's got a lot of facets to his game. I think it'd be great if he went there. I don't know if I would say that makes them a contender or anything, or that much better. I also don't see him necessarily fitting in on the Lakers. I don't know who will.
It's such a weird roster construction.
It's kind of a weird roster, and I think I'd like Donovan Mitchell maybe a little more. But
I don't think he's on the block. I think they got a good one there.
I've seen some potential trades from him and also Garland from Cleveland.
Interesting.
But there's going to be a lot that happens here in the next couple of weeks, or nothing, or all the people could go back to the same spots. I could easily see that happening too.
Right. Well, do you want to talk about Lakers?
Yeah. Let's go.
We did it. We did it.
We got the
JJ.
First thing I want to say is, rest in peace to the old man and the 3.
Oh.
And I didn't necessarily get into Mind the Game as much, which was the podcast with LeBron. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
But dude, I started watching JJ back in like 2019, 2020. And especially when they were in the bubble. But I love his podcast, man. I'm going to miss his content first and foremost. And I think he does a good job of calling games too. Him as a coach, I don't know. I'm 50-50. I actually watched part of the opening press conference. And what was funny is I kind of think I caught this moment when he had like the light bulb flicked on that he was actually the coach.
Right.
Because it felt like he was like talking in theory and like he'd been thinking about it a lot and like the way that he would coach. And he was just saying all this stuff. And all of a sudden I felt like he just clicked like, oh no, like I actually got the job. I have to coach this team now.
Ah, crap.
But I believe in the guy. I think I loved him as a player, loved him back at Duke, liked him in the league. And I was big. I was kind of wanting them to keep him as like on a veteran min in Dallas when he got traded there, but he was ready to retire. So
yeah, he was done.
But we'll see how it works.
Rest in peace to, Old Man of the Three, regardless of the content, is one of the best podcast names.
Incredible.
As a Hemingway fan.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I was like, dadgum, that's a great name.
Right.
So that should be open. I don't know if we can trademark that now, but I think we should go for it.
Yeah, sounds
so it sucks that he will do no more pods. When we were talking last time, I was hopeful that, he's like, well, LeBron's asked him, so we were down 25 to the Nuggets and you took me out. What was the deal with that? I was hoping for like a lot more content of like, because I love Hard Knocks. I love All or Nothing. I love these in season, how they work. And the coaching prospects for me is very intriguing as far as, what does the day-to-day of an NBA coach look like? What does it look like to run a practice with professionals? Right. What does it look like when your team's on a winning streak, on a losing streak, etc.? So we have some cool ones with soccer and with football that we've seen a little bit. Obviously, they won't let you get too far in and hear like play calls and things like that. But man, I would love to have seen an in-season All or Nothing or Hard Knocks with the NBA, because that's one thing the NFL does really well as far as marketing their product that other leagues can learn from and have learned from.
Yeah, you get the insider view of things. Yeah, that's one of the coolest series ever. The Browns one, I actually liked that one a lot. It was when Baker was a rookie.
Oh, nice.
And you got to see like the inside, like kind of him versus Tyrod Taylor and the way the coach like approached the meeting. So, yeah, man.
As far as how he'll do, the main problem I have with him or with the Lakers as a whole is their roster just isn't, for me, just isn't worth much. Like LeBron's great. Anthony Davis is hot and cold.
Yeah.
And then who's your three? D'Angelo Russell? Like, okay.
You got D'Lo.
Christian Wood, Vanderbilt. Hachimura's okay.
Hachimura. Yeah, Vanderbilt's the defensive guy. They got a solid roster. I could see it, but I think the challenge is how competitive the rest of the league is.
Right. I don't see this roster competing for anything more than a play-in type thing. Like this year. I think this year was roughly about where they were. Maybe they get out of the play-in, maybe, but they're in the bottom half for sure. I don't see this team, unless they make a move, Trae Young, for something like that. I don't see them getting out of the play-in. Yeah.
And even like with them, it's the exact opposite with Boston. Like I was talking about during the finals, it's like you take out KP, you're like, it doesn't really matter.
You were so right.
The Lakers, it's almost like you add KP and you're like, it doesn't really matter either. It's still kind of the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just clunky. It doesn't flow.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does with the offense. They didn't like Ham that much, so we'll see.
He could turn things around.
We'll see. And I think it's going to be interesting because he's the third coach that I can think of who's made this kind of jump from player to coach without really any in between. So there was Jason Kidd in Brooklyn.
Yep.
And that was when they had Paul Pierce and Garnett. And they went 44-38 the first season and actually made the second round of the playoffs.
Not bad.
So, not bad, but then he was let go after 1 year. Then he went to Milwaukee.
He got traded, right?
I don't know how it worked. I didn't look that up. I should have.
Remember that? It was like a weird thing where he, I think in like a press conference, he was like, I bet they won't trade me. And then like the next day he got traded as the coach. But he ended up coaching Giannis, right? Like the first year Giannis was there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow, the Nets sent two draft picks.
It was the weirdest thing ever. I just remember like watching that on ESPN. I was like, Jason Kidd got traded as the coach? Like, what?
I guess they can do that. Yeah. So that first season with the Bucks, 41-41. Second season with the Bucks, 33-49. Third season with the Bucks, 42-40. And then he was fired when he was 23-22 in his fourth season with Milwaukee. So like he was a 500 coach, but it's the same. I don't know. For me, it's you could be the great. Like look at Popovich. No one would consider Popovich for me is the best coach in the game.
Yeah.
And where did the Spurs finish?
They were next to last this year?
Yeah, because they don't have the players.
Yeah.
They have 22 wins, 22-60. You know, like when he's had the players, they win championships. And so as good 22-60, back-to-back 22-60 years for the Spurs. So we made it 3 straight. But yeah, I don't know. If you don't have the talent, it's just not gonna work. So that's I give Redick 2 years. I think he's gonna want out. I think it's going to be mutual in the second season or at the end of the second season. That's kind of my prediction here is first year, 7-8 seed play-in.
Yeah. Okay.
Second year, kind of the same because, like I said, the same stuff. And then either at the end of the second year, he's gone mutually or dismissed sometime during the season as they don't make the playoffs. So that's my thought.
That's what I'm afraid of. I want to be optimistic because I like the podcast, but my instincts are telling me it's probably not going to work. I think they're going to get tired of his voice because he's kind of a I don't know how to say it. He's kind of stern, maybe. He's a little bit stuck in his. I think he's stuck in his head a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. No telling. Could be great. He could be there for 10 years, but he's no Steve Kerr. I'll tell you that much. I love Steve Kerr even from the get-go. I was like, yes, I love that. But no telling. See what happens.
We'll see.
Wish him well.
Yeah, good luck. Because it just leaves more podcast space for us.
And following up with the other coach, Monty Williams is trash.
You think so?
I'm sorry, I don't like Monty Williams. Midway through it was the Phoenix, when Phoenix was on the finals run.
The Phoenix.
Now, let me tell you about Phoenix. When it was the press conferences during the finals, and like he was too hard, like trying to create narratives and give speeches, and I could just, when you can just read through like something that's inauthentic, you're like, dude, shut up. Like, I kind of understand why they didn't like you in New Orleans now. But he's making bank.
$85 million in buyouts between the two teams. 65 from the Pistons. Yeah. And then 20 from the Suns. So genius level right there.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't know. I think they had a change in management. I was like, I don't know why you give a guy a 5-year deal for $80 million or whatever the total was, only to fire him. And what's interesting here, I was looking this up. I was doing a shallow dive into the Detroit Pistons' last 5 years. This is the third worst 5-year span in NBA history.
Wow.
So the 95 through 2000 Grizzlies had a 206 win percentage. The 96 through 2001, Vancouver Grizzlies. The Vancouver Grizzlies from 95 to 2000, 206 win percentage. The Grizzlies from 96 to 2001, 228 win percentage. The Pistons from 2019 till this year, 245 win percentage. They're 94 and 290 in their last 5 years. So I don't care if Popovich is their coach. Like, you don't have the dogs. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Do you think he gets picked up by anybody as a head coach? He's going to sit it out for a little while?
I think he'll sit it out. There's an opening in the booth, apparently. now that JJ's gone. So if I coached the Pistons for 2 years, I'd be like, or even 1 year, I'm like, man, I think I'm good.
I'm out too. I'm gonna go relax for a little bit.
All right, NBA draft.
Say it again.
You want to do NBA draft?
Not really. The only thing I care about is this. I haven't studied a lot of the players. Does Bronny go to the Lakers? Is he going to get drafted by the Lakers?
I don't know if he's going to get drafted. Because here's why. I think the team, they've told him, like, hey, we ain't going to sign with you. So I think they've told other teams that he's not going to sign with them. This is my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, clutch.
And so it's kind of like, why would Memphis draft him? Why would Orlando draft him?
Right.
The only reason you draft him is because you think you could land LeBron. And so I don't think he'll be drafted. And I think he'll sign as a free agent with the Lakers. That's what I think.
Interesting. He'll sign a two-way deal or just as an undrafted free agent?
Undrafted free agent. Or I think the Lakers have the 55th pick. So they might sign him there.
That's where it'll most likely happen. Because I think they only have 2 picks. The first one's in 17 or something like that, 17 or 18. Mm-hmm. And the projection showed them taking Edie, the kid from Purdue, in the first round, and then Bronny in the second round. But I'd be shocked. I think it would be interesting to see another team draft him and just say, not F you, but like, hey, we're going to give it a shot.
Did you see what Bill Simmons said?
No.
He wanted the Celtics to draft him just to hold him hostage.
Oh, yeah. I heard
He's
that.
He's like, yeah, LeBron's not coming here. That's my Bill Simmons impression.
LeBron's
not coming here. The Celtics. The Celtics are the greatest franchise ever.
Hey, they could. I mean, one of his comps is Drew Holiday.
It's two-time, 3-time champion Drew Holiday.
2-time, but I'm just saying the build and the player type defense. He could become something like that. Not saying he's currently at that level. I don't think
he seems very inconsistent according to the scouts. I would be very surprised if he became a consistent starter and productive player. Like if he becomes Derek Jones Jr., starter 3-and-D guy, cool. But he doesn't have the size. Like he's not that tall.
Yeah, he's going to be more like a Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
The one thing I think that would be fun in the draft is this other French guy. I think there's like another 7-foot guy from France.
Victor Zimbayana?
I don't know what his name is. I think it's Saris or something like that.
Is he the number 1 projection?
I think he's the number 1, and I think it'd be fun if the Spurs traded up to get him, and they kind of had like the Twin Tower French guy thing.
So there's Alex Sarr. He's projected 2, and there's Zachary Richarcher.
That's the one I'm thinking of, I believe.
And he's projected to go number 1. So
is he a 7-footer?
He is 6'9.5" with a 6'10.5" wingspan.
Nice.
And then Alex Sarr.
So he can fly.
Yeah, and he plays in France. The 7-footer is Sarr, and he plays in Australia right now.
Okay, maybe that maybe would be funner if they took him and then they just slowly started to build a team of 6'10" to 7-foot guys.
All can handle, all can drive.
They can all handle, just the team of the future, the alien team, if you will.
Completely positionless basketball.
Check out episode 25 for Alien Talk.
Thank y'all for I think we've had like 100 new subscribers this week, so thank y'all for that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
Oh, Gregors. That's about it on the NBA stuff for now. We got the draft this week, and then free agency is going to be fun, but we'll do a special episode for that. We got to talk about if Clay's coming to Dallas or not.
I don't think we have the cap space.
It's not going to happen. But
that's it for the NBA season.
Check, please.
Tell me about the hockey game. Did you watch it?
I did. I watched it, and I did the whole dad thing where I put them to bed, and so I had a lot of buffer time. So I'd watch first period, skip through intermission, wait like 5 minutes to emotionally settle, watch the second period. It was great. It was tense, and I think Game 7s are really tight in hockey. Like they were, and I think that so the Panthers won for the first time in their 30-year history, won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
and it was a great game. They were up 3-0 and crushing and cruising the Oilers, and then McDavid and the Oilers. So Connor McDavid's the best player on the planet, MVP, and he broke Wayne Gretzky's record for assists in the playoffs. So that tells you something. And they found another gear and won games 4, 5, and 6. And then people are like, "Oh, this is gonna be a huge choke job and all this." And then the Oilers and the Panthers both kind of played. It seemed like a tighter game, which that favored the Panthers for the better defensive team. So back and forth game, Panthers scored first, Edmonton ties it. Panthers scored late in the second to make it 2-1 on a really cool play. The guy dives to block the shot, ends up in his own goal. Then they get up and transition fast in the counterattack.
Dang.
Big goal. Could the goalie have done better? Meh. Always, but still.
Happens.
And then, man, they just packed the back. Yeah, they were just holding on for dear life the entire third period, and it was glorious. So they end up Draisaitl and McDavid and Hyman are the three main players for the Oilers.
Draisaitl, that's the guy.
I love Draisaitl. He did not have a great series.
Yeah.
McDavid played so 20 minutes is pretty strong minutes for a forward. McDavid played 25 in the game, and he played 10. He played half the third period. So there was 2 minutes left, or less than a minute left. Somewhere in that range, they pull the goalie, and they look absolutely gassed as they're trying to get the puck up the ice, but it was not meant to be. And the Florida freaking Panthers won. Flo Rida.
And I didn't even think they had ice down there.
Well, it's in a stadium. So,
got it. Yeah. Okay. They don't put it on the beach. Okay.
No, they have actually a really cool tradition. They throw early in their first season or one of their first seasons in their old arena, they had rats, and one of the players killed a rat with a hockey stick, and that got out. So after the first goal, they throw rats on the ice, like toy rats on the ice. So it's pretty funny. When they won the cup, everyone just chunked rats on the ice. So that was pretty funny.
Hey, I'm sorry. I had one thing, but it's random.
Yes.
Are you ready for that?
Absolutely.
You had to ask me. You texted me something a couple weeks ago.
Oh, about the Utah?
Yeah. And I wrote down a couple things, but
okay, yeah, we'll get to that in just.
Yeah, hold on that.
Let's hold on that till we're done here. I'm almost done.
Cool.
The cool thing, so McDavid won the Conn Smythe, the playoff MVP. He's like the second non-goalie to win it on a losing team. That's how great he was.
Right.
And what the Panthers did, they basically doubled him all game. They played him man-to-man, which is weird for hockey. And then as soon as he got the puck, they sent a second guy at him. So it was cool. Definitely the Panthers' year to win. They lost the cup last year. They've been great for the last 4 years, give or take. A couple years ago, they got punked. They were the best team in the league, and they got punked by their rival, the Lightning. But it just seems like, man, no matter what sport, it's rare that you win it your first time around. You just got to keep giving yourself a chance to get lucky. You know, like you need a bounce or two. You need them to hit the post. You need to, knock off your skates and in. Like, you just need the breaks.
You got to be able to compete for the championship first and then win one.
That's right.
What do the Panthers have that the Stars lack? It sounds like defense.
Really nothing. Yeah. Defensively, they were a little stronger. Their goalie, I would say, was a lot. So their goalie Bobrovsky, it's his 11th playoff appearance, and he's fantastic. And he's a little bit he's probably the best goalie in the game. So their goalie's a little better. I mean, the Vegas odds open for this year already, for next year, excuse me. And the Stars and the Panthers are the two favorites. So, like,
we're right there.
Yeah. Offensively, we had 30 more goals than them. And defensively, they gave up 30 less goals than us. So, like, our goal differential was the same. Our points we had the same amount of wins. Yeah. Like, we're right there. It's just getting a bounce or two. You know what I mean? Like, it's right there. It's right freaking there.
It's right there, bro.
Just grab it. Just win it. It's been 25 years. Just win it.
It'll happen.
I hope so. Yeah, so for those who don't know, the Phoenix Coyotes and their ownership problems, they moved to Utah. And they had this brilliant marketing and business idea of saying like, hey, vote for your favorite team name. And so they came with a bunch of names that were meh. And then I'll tell you what they picked in the end here. But first, I wanted to see what Casey came up with.
Just off the top of my head, the first one I had was the Commanders. And I'm joking. I put I mean, it wasn't too crazy. I put the Slopers.
Okay.
Because of, Park City. There's a lot of skiing going on out there.
Yeah.
Kind of a general name. I had the Royal Icers.
Interesting.
I thought that was fun. And then Poseidon of the Snow. No, that was
that's awesome.
That was the mascot I had in my head. That would have been for I just had it as the Skiman. But I thought that was kind of a weird name. You get in trouble with that one.
Skiman.
But for that, I had like a Poseidon of the Snow, like going down the slopes with skis on, but no poles. But he's got a trident.
Okay.
Yeah. So like kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of big blue
like
guy.
A mythical creature.
Yeah. So that's a couple that I have. But what do they land on?
Okay, so here were the two that I came up with. The Utah Whites, which is not a racial thing. Like, I thought it was a cool nickname, even though it does go with the Mormon thing.
Yeah.
And then the Utah Citizens, because they're in Salt Lake City. So I thought the Citizens.
Okay. That's not bad.
Citizen Kane. Not bad. So what they did was, I thought, brilliant. You had to give your email address to vote. Now they have an email list that's like millions of people. Man. It's like quadruple the population. So now they can just do name drops left and right.
Yeah, they already had the name. They just wanted the emails.
They did. That's what I was saying. That's a freaking annoying and brilliant move. So here were the 6 finalists. There were the Blizzard, singular, the Blizzard, the Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, Utah Outlaws, Utah Venom, and Utah Yeti.
Ooh, I kind of like Yeti. I like Blizzard and I'm Venom the best.
Okay, I liked Outlaws and Venom probably were 1 and 2 for me. This year, they went with Hockey Club. So that way, they're going to sell the jerseys that say Utah. Mm-hmm. And then next year, they're going to do their rebrand and sell them all again.
Got it.
Like, this is... Boom! This is next level business thinking.
The Washington football team.
They went full Washington football team, which is still a better name than Commanders.
Like, absolutely.
Times 100. I kind of liked it. Better than Commanders. It's hard to come up with a name.
It is. It's kind of funny I called that.
You did.
Kind of, in a weird way. I don't know. I don't care. It's all about the stars for me.
That's right. Dang right.
Nobody has that moment in the Star Spangled Banner like the Stars do. I mean, it's powerful.
And it's so American, too, to yell during our own national anthem.
It's great. It's beautiful.
Stars. Well, there's my hockey update. This is my least favorite time of year. Basketball's over.
Yeah.
Hockey's over. Football's not for another 2 months. Like, this is the part in the COVID lockdowns where we had a chance to fix some things in our society. And one of them was they started basketball on Christmas Day. And I was like, yes.
Correct.
And they didn't keep that. Like, we should be playing basketball into August. And
that would be a little
in August.
Better. And then you could just go straight into football.
Yeah.
Because I wrote down, I put that on my notes. I said, when can we start talking about football? But it's too early.
It's too early.
It's too early.
Guess what?
With that being said,
guess we're going to talk
top
golf.
5 fantasy running backs. No. Let's slapstick it over to golf. Scottie Scheffler gets his 6th win of the year with his Travelers. I was doing a little research. He has $24 million in earnings this year.
Jeez.
Projected to finish with...
Check, please. Check, please.
Check, please.
Lots of checks.
Projected to finish with $60 million in earnings. Equivalent to that was Tiger with about the same year in 2004, and he only made 10 mil.
Jeez. What was did you send me the clip earlier about the equivalent of that?
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it said.
It was like 990.
Yeah, so if Tiger would have had the year Scottie's having now, and then kind of projecting towards the end of the year, he would have made roughly 90 mil, which is, and that was it was an interesting take. I heard this on the Foreplay podcast. Have you heard of that?
No, but it's another great name. Dang,
it's the Barstool guys.
Okay,
but essentially, they were saying it's kind of interesting that 5 to 10 years ago in golf, now Scottie is an outlier.
He is.
The golfers were, not the highest paid athletes. Scottie has the potential to be essentially the highest paid athlete in their sport this year. With the closest, Patty Mahomes, I think, makes $50 million a year.
Jeez.
Baseball players are crazy. I don't know how much, what's his name, Ohtani makes. But he can make
70.
$60 million a year strictly in PGA earnings.
That's without the endorsements, yeah.
That's without endorsements. That's without, the little whatever he has on his hat, whoever his sponsor is.
Is he a Nike guy?
He's Nike, and then I think he's one of the banks or something like that. But anyways, dude's having a crazy year, and I can't tell if I love him or if I don't.
He's definitely, other than getting arrested, he definitely doesn't have the persona that Tiger has. That's where I think Bryson has actually done really well.
Yeah.
Kind of joking and smoking the ball 360 yards. And
yeah, he's got a little pizzazz to it.
Yeah, like he's an entertainer a little more, whereas Scottie seems not vanilla, but like
he's perfect in every way.
He's perfect in all of your way. Get arrested.
The
Bad Boys.
Here was the question I had for you with Scottie, and it comes down to 10. If you had to make a bet and say Scottie were to continue, not necessarily at the pace he's at right now, but is he going to be the most dominant golfer, would you say for the next 10 months or for the next 10 years? Is he going to be a Tiger that dominates for a decade? Or is this going to be kind of like, almost like Jordan Spieth had when he first kind of started rolling?
Man.
I mean, this is already more than Spieth did, I believe, but it's close to it. Does he start to fade out in the next year?
Gosh.
Or does he stick with it for another 10 years?
10 is a long time.
10's a long time.
Now, he's only won 2 majors. So people comparing him to Tiger, so he's 28.
He's only got 2 more than me and you, right?
Yeah, and that's not that many.
So he's only won the Masters?
Twice, yeah. Now he's finished second a lot. When Tiger was 27, he won his 7th major. So it's a little different. Yeah, at the PGA he's gotten second, US Open he's gotten second, and the British he got his highest finish is 8th. So he's great at the Masters, and the fact that he's gotten second at the US Open and PGA, and he's always in the mix, like he'll win. I feel like he's going to be good for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be dominant. You know what I mean? Like there's new guys coming all the time, and he'll be 38 in 10 years, which as someone who's about to be 35, I'm like,
yeah. Oh, it's a drag.
It really is.
Yeah, I'd probably take 10 months over 10 years.
That's where I'm going.
There's too many talented people. And even like Tom Kim finished second at the Travelers. He's 22. He might be that was a guy we followed a lot at the US Open. We started to call ourselves the Tom Kim fan club.
And he's really good.
He's friends with Scottie.
There's just so many good golfers. Like golf has blown up. There's so many good golfers.
Yeah, I think JT could get hot again. Bryson maybe
he's got 2 majors also. He's won the US Open twice. So like it seems like Scottie does really well at the PGA. He hasn't won it. Morikawa's won that one twice. So it seems like these guys almost have these majors that they're good at. Tiger was good at all of them.
Facts.
Yeah, and the British Open, the European guys seem to always do well.
Do you think with the split of LIV and PGA, is the talent a little bit diluted in terms of he's got a couple folks he's not competing against every week at the PGA?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not, no offense to golf fans like I am one. Like, I really only care about the majors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he wins the Player, like, great. Then it's not that it doesn't do anything for me, because it's still a trophy and it's still very impressive to play. Not just play. It's impressive to me to break par, number one, and then to play 4 great rounds is amazing. It does, I guess, dilute a little bit because you would say Bryson is one of the 5 best golfers in the world right now. I don't know who else you could say on LIV is.
I mean, John Rahm was
he kind of playing rough. But
he's really dropped off this year.
Yeah, so like I don't know. It's definitely a conversation worth having, like it does seem to, but it gives more guys opportunities to play at the highest level. You open up 25, 30 spots that weren't available before to new guys, and they get their tour cards, they come up, they play.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I would actually have a golf update myself.
Okay.
So I played Stevens, foursome, which guy named Rick was so smooth with his irons. He hit one bad shot all day.
Wow.
Just effortless, showed up in jean shorts and just smacking the ball.
No way.
And seriously, effortless hitting. Had his distances dialed in. I don't know what he shot, but I would be stunned if it was worse than an 82. Like he seemed like he was parring everything. So if he was in the set, if you would have said he shot a 76, I'd have been like, yeah, it's about right.
Yeah.
But I shot a 42 in the front 9.
Okay.
And a 48 in the back 9. I did not eat at the turn. And I walked. And it was 100 degrees walking.
Still not bad, though.
It got to me at the end. Yeah, I had a few disasters. I first hole, I striped the drive pretty nicely.
Yeah.
I'm a comfortable 125 yards out. And I shank the 9-iron to the left. Like I had a chance to put it on the green. Like it's perfect range for me to put it on the green and have a chance at par. And instead, I end up with a double bogey, which I always get a double bogey on Stevens on the first hole. But it's still like really annoying that
it was right there.
It was there, So because I went double bogey, par, bogey, double bogey, par. So my first 7. So I had 4 pars in the first 7. Could have, not should have.
Yeah.
Had 5, and then, 2 bogeys to round it out. Like that's pretty good. I could have had a 40. Did end up with a 42, but then double bogey, par, bogey, double bogey, triple bogey, double bogey. Like especially the last 4 holes, a triple and 2 doubles. The worst one, it's for me, hitting at 220, 230 is pretty normal on my drive.
Pretty solid.
I striped one 260.
Nice.
It sounded right. It hugged the left side of the fairway, real narrow fairway, hugged the left side and then just gently sliced, bounced perfectly. I was 60 yards out. There was a bunker 12 yards in front of me.
Oh.
I get my wedge, my wedge, which I hit 60. Like I know my wedge distance is.
Yeah.
And it ends up in the bunker. I chunk it right into the bunker. I'm just like, so you're thinking like, okay.
That's what makes golf hard right there.
You hit this perfect drive. You outdrove everyone. Like everyone else was in the rough or LB. Like it was that's the hardest hole. This one of the 2 hardest holes because it's so narrow, the fairway.
Yeah.
And then it slopes hard right. So if you slice it, you're in the creek. Yeah. And I just striped it. And I chunked it 12 yards right into the sand trap. And I just wanted to quit right there.
You start making upwards.
Frogel, Jared Vogel. God, that.
I've gotten better at being able to step back and kind of laugh at those moments now. But there was times, and it'll still happen every now and then. I mean, those will send you into a spiral.
Oh,
you get mad. You're just like, okay.
Just brutal.
But hey, man, that's good.
90's not bad for how hot it was.
I got my clubs back. I had them. I did this ship sticks thing.
Okay.
And have you ever done that? It's
No,
like
what
from
is it?
course to course, or you can do it from your house and they'll drop them at the course. I did that when I was traveling.
Oh, nice.
It took a longer. Something happened with FedEx. It's okay. I don't fault you guys. Something happened and they got lost, and so I just got them back today. So
nice.
I'm supposed to do 9 tomorrow with one of my buddies. So, yeah, I hope my game gets a little better. I didn't play great while I was traveling. I did have a couple. Yeah, I played okay. But
I hope to play tomorrow as well. So we'll see.
Nice. We'll see. Scores. You going to play 9 or you going to play full 18?
I probably only have time for 9 because I have the boys.
Yeah.
I have a coffee meeting with somebody at 9:30 that him and I always chat a long time. So I'll probably go out at lunch. There's a course that's always empty. I'm going to test some recording. So got to do some new additions to the pod here in the next few weeks. So I'm start recording with Sal on our fantasy football stuff.
There we go.
We're going to do some in season, just real basic not for beginners, but kind of like high level stuff of like, what I'm good at in general in life is taking complex information and simplifying it. And I do go through a crap ton of data. So I want to simplify it for the people in a 30-minute to 40-minute episode. And then the other thing I want to do is maybe some golf videos if we can get those rolling.
We should do that for sure.
So we'll
golf
see.
Game.
My sim's going great though. I almost got hit in the face with a golf ball off the wall though. It's like shanked one. I was like, oh, well, comebacker.
To the right or what?
No, off
like
the
corner of the wall or something.
It was a screamer 1 inch off the ground, a drive. So I full swung a drive 1 inch off the ground, and then there's like a little wood piece. Like it could only hit this much, and it hit it and screamed past my face. And I was like, oops.
Happens.
My bad.
Show me these jerseys. Who's got new jerseys out there?
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
New jerseys.
Oh, man. I don't think I've seen any new uniforms, though.
Yeah, so...
Drip King?
That's right. I love jerseys. I love branding. I have a big problem with a lot of college football teams who suck, who have 15 jerseys. My rule on college is that you can only have as many jerseys as you have. Like, you can't have more jerseys than conference wins. Like, if you go 2-6 in the conference, you better only have home and away.
White and blue.
That's it. No helmets. No. You earn those helmets.
How do you feel about Oregon?
There's like some exceptions. Oregon,
they're
first. They're the trailblazer. They get away with it.
They can,
but that's kind of it. Like I really
like
don't
Maryland.
They were early on, but they're just doing too much. Texas Tech, love you, Dad, doing too much.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State doing way too much.
Oh my gosh.
Baylor got away with it a little bit. TCU had great ones for a while.
They did.
Once we get to college football season, we'll go over some jersey rankings. But
I liked the stripes, and I think Florida did it too.
Mm-hmm.
I like their white one, but it had like the, you know what I'm talking about?
Big, thick stripes?
Yeah. Well, it looked like yarn or something almost.
Okay. I'll have to look up and see.
Yeah.
But yes, there were quite a few teams in the last couple weeks that came out with some new looks. And so I wanted to kind of show you these live.
Okay.
And I thought we could go over them. And, the Ravens this week announced their new helmet. So I thought we could grade some of these new jerseys. So we're going to go over the Lions, the Vikings, the Giants, the Texans, Ravens, Jets, Broncos. So there's a few that have come out with some new stuff in the last few weeks.
Wow.
Okay. So that's where we are. So let's start with the Detroit Lions. Their main jerseys, basically the same. But here is the one that I wanted to show you. What do you think of that one there? Is there new
the Lions? That looks like a Panthers helmet.
That is exactly what I wrote down.
Yeah. That's a Panthers helmet, and no. Yeah.
Black doesn't do it for me there.
The black's not doing it I feel like, they could have gone so many different ways with a black jersey, and they did that.
Yeah, and
I like their normal blue that they have, their normal shade of blue.
Mm-hmm.
I like that shade of blue.
I agree. And I liked what they did last year. Let me show you last year. This is what they did for their alts last year with the blue helmet.
Yeah.
The real old. There was nothing wrong with that.
That's not half bad. But the Panthers, you can't do that.
No. So I gave that one a D.
Okay, we're giving it grades. I'll also...
Just off the top of your head.
I'll give that one a D. Yeah.
Yeah. Not great.
It's not an F, but it's a D.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Second one, the Vikings, who I personally think have because I kind of wrote it down. I would say a top 5 jersey in their purple. Love Vikings jerseys.
Yeah.
They came out with their ice white one. Let's see that. What do you think of that one there?
I don't hate it. I can't.
Here's the front.
I'm a big icy white guy. That's Justin Jefferson right there, right?
Yes.
Personally, I like it. It's not an A for me. It's growing on me. It's a B plus. I'd wear it. I would choose that on Madden.
Yeah, that's kind of where I agree with you there. I had it as a B minus. It's cool, but it's missing something.
Yeah, it's missing. I feel the same way. I don't know what it is, but something's missing.
Maybe if they filled in that horn purple or something. I'm trying to think here.
That may ruin it.
It's just
go to the other view, the front view again.
This one here.
There's something that's a little off. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's almost too white.
I've been called that before.
Same.
So I go definitely thumbs up. B.
I'll go B. I'll just go straight normal B. Yeah. It's like an 84 for me.
Yeah. It's like what I would make myself in Madden as a rookie. Like an 84. He's got 86 speed, 99 catching. I never dropped anything.
Redshirt junior coming out. Yeah.
All right. These are I laughed out loud at these.
Oh, I don't even know what team. Is that the New Orleans Pelicans?
That is the New York Football Giants.
Oh my gosh. They're wearing khakis.
They are wearing khakis.
Daniel Jones.
He is Jake from State Farm right there, the original. Look at that guy.
They're wearing khaki pants, dude. What is that?
I guess it's their original jersey or something, but it is awful.
I'm first and foremost, I don't like horizontal striping.
Yeah.
I think it's goofy looking. Who's the Mike Evans wannabe?
Is that Neighbors? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Giants players.
Yeah, those are terrible.
Yeah. I thought it was a joke at first.
With them, I like just the old blue. The classic blue. Or I actually like their white jerseys a lot.
Their whites are okay. I don't like what they do. Jalen Hyatt? I have nobody on this team. This is a 3-win team that's going to reject their quarterback and draft number 1 next year.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. I don't really like their jerseys that much. Like, I think their numbers are fat. I've never liked the Giants jerseys. Like, it feels like it should be a classic, but it's just not to me. This is an F minus.
Yeah.
But a funny one.
Yeah.
So
the Giant one?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go F as well.
But it did make me smile. The next one, the Texans got a couple new jerseys. So here's the first one.
Okay.
It's the red one. So what do you think of that? Oops.
Man, I don't hate it. It almost is like the Vikings icy whites.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost too red.
A little stark for me.
Yeah.
Now the helmet's pretty cool.
It looks like the University of Houston. Like, I could see them wearing that. Like, it's missing the blue.
There's another one. But yeah, because they did black and red. That's all. That's the color scheme.
Yeah, it's missing the blue, which kind of makes it's their main color. So,
So that one, that's like a B minus.
B minus making its way to a C.
Yeah. Now this one, they had two new ones, and this is the other one. And this looks like an XFL jersey to me, or a high school football jersey.
It kind of, yeah. As soon as you said that, I thought, yeah, arena football. Like,
yeah. Like, what is that?
What's going on with the league, man? Like, who the heck who's making all these uniforms?
I mean,
that's arena football, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
They found out like this is a way to make money. I just don't like that helmet at all. That H.
It looks like it should be on like a card. Like, is that the H of spades or?
You played the H of spades, honey. It's like Madame Cleo. You got the H of spades, honey. You're going to meet someone new. I'm not a big fan of the Texans jersey as a whole. Like that bull thing in the middle.
Number 5, their kicker. And
that might be their quarterback.
No, that's not Stroud. The bull looks like it's missing a nose or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's not. Yeah, arena football. That's it, or XFL, one or the other.
You're right. That's not Stroud. My fault.
Probably B minus. Yeah,
that one's not great for me. I actually kind of like the red one better, if I'm being honest.
I would rather wear the red one.
Yeah. So I give a B on the red and a C minus on the blue. That's where I go with that. Now, this one I was really excited about, if I'm being honest. This is the Ravens one here.
Okay.
Why is it doing it opposite? No, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Where did that screen go? It's literally open. There it is. Okay. That's their purple helmet compared to their black.
Okay.
So what do you think about that one there? You got the gold face mask, gold striping.
The Raven,
and that screaming Raven at you.
The Raven looks like kind of Big Birdish.
Brought to you by the number 7.
It's like Big Bird's uncle.
Well, it's Big Bird's cousin from Baltimore.
Big Bird, you got a purple uncle? Yeah, man.
It's his uncle from Baltimore who sells crack.
You got a purple uncle? It's all right. The gold, I kind of like the gold. It's growing on me.
Yeah, big fan of the gold.
It's growing on me.
Big fan of the gold face mask.
Yeah, I'm liking it more and more. As I look at it, I'm like, yeah, okay. The bird throws me off.
The bird throws me off. They could have done better.
I can't stop looking at it.
Here's the one I thought roughly they should have done. Because they have this B thing as one of their alternates. If you'd have slapped that, like maybe a little bigger than this. This is like one I found online.
Throw the B on there.
Yeah, then that's what I'm talking about. Because the bird's like at the wrong angle. Look at that thing.
Yeah,
they have a pretty cool helmet.
It's like someone just threw that sticker on there. It's like, yeah, I don't know the spot, but it's like, okay, it's on there. Like
it doesn't look centered. I know it is, but it doesn't look it. It's a little to the right.
You got a purple uncle.
That's my uncle from Baltimore. Hey, kid. Got something that'll make you feel real good. Don't buy anything from him.
I don't hate it.
Uncle Ray, I told you not to talk to those kids.
Throw that B on there.
Uncle Ray, you're not supposed to be within 500 feet of a school.
I can't fly.
They took my wings.
Yeah. I got to blow for my wings to work. Oh, man. Yeah. There we go. Would that be on there? Yeah. Come on now.
That's what I'd have gone.
We'll take OBJ back for that gummit.
He'd have signed with him just for the B. Like,
yeah.
B for Beckham. Let's go.
I'll re-sign again.
Overall, this is a B plus for me. I like the purple. I like the gold. Maybe a B minus, somewhere in that range. If you'd have done a different logo.
Get the bird off. I can't stop laughing about it. I'm going to go B. I'm going to go B for Big Bird.
Shout out to Big Bird, future guest on the show. Oh.
Is that the only ones?
No, I got more. We got the Jets.
Hey, give me a couple more.
All right, so this is the Jets. This is just basically their old ones are back again because they used to have the football. Now they got the jet thing. So if you look at the helmet right there, how it's got the J that makes the jet.
Yeah.
I got overall good memories of these, good feelings. Here's their green one.
I like them. I feel like they look better with like a matted helmet.
Yeah, here's their. I guess that's a matted black.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the matte going away.
I want matted green. Yeah, it's no longer.
I think their white one looks the best. I think that one I got up right now.
That one's pretty clean.
That's a clean look.
That's pretty clean.
So I like these. Now the Jets sucked when they used to have these helmets. Like they were the worst team in the league forever when they had these. So I have weird memories of these back in the 90s and before that. So I don't know how I feel about them. Like I like the look overall. They just give me weird memories of like that team is awful.
I don't remember them that much myself, but they do look old. But it's cool. I like it. I would give that a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I put it as a B- just because the black. I think black and white are a little overdone. Like the Bengals did. Do you remember the Bengals icy white ones?
Yeah.
I'll put that up.
From last year?
Yeah, the white tiger. Oh, not an actual white tiger. White jersey. Jeez.
Yeah, that was they were decent. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an actual image that's worth looking at here.
I can somewhat see it in my head. It kind of reminded me of
open image in new tab. There we go. Here you go.
Almost like LS. Yeah, almost LSU-ish.
So I liked, as far as white jerseys, because I love the Bengals helmets. Love the helmets. One of the best helmets in the league. Mm-hmm. Striping was good. Very clean. Got the white, got the orange.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
But I feel like we're overdoing white and overdoing black a little bit too much.
Yeah. I'd probably give that Bengals, that might have been an A.
The Bengals one is definitely an A for me.
Yeah, I think that's an A. That's A caliber for sure.
Yeah. The Jets, the white one is an A. Their black one is like a D. They're all greens like a B.
Yeah.
So averages out about a B. Then the team that's really driving me crazy with their jerseys, because I used to love them, is John Elway's own. The Broncos. Like, they're just, I don't like these jerseys at all. Like,
the helmet still kind of looks the same.
The helmet's similar, but they added this same thing that the Nuggets are doing with the 5,280.
Wow, stop doing that.
Like, just copying. I don't like this little stripe here. I just, orange and blue are great. Like, they're some of my favorite colors.
Yeah.
Don't like this combo.
I wish they would go back to, like, the classics, like what Shannon Sharp and them wore.
Yeah. So here's their white one. Kind of the same. Just not doing it. Don't like the numbers very much. Like, they're okay, but not. But yeah, they're really diving into the mile high. And then this one for me is their worst one. The white helmet. Not a good look for them. Just not a fan of this jersey.
Yeah, they're just trying to be. It's almost like Russell Wilson last year. Like they're trying so hard to be cool and different that you end up looking dumb.
Yeah. Now the good news is this one's coming back.
Now I like that.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is John Elway leading a 99-yard drive to win the game.
Yeah,
you know,
that's clean right there. That makes you want to go play football.
Yeah. You got the Bronco breathing, I guess not breathing fire, but like the cold mountain air. Got the shiny helmet. You got that orange crush. This is 5 stars.
For sure.
This is get out of my classroom. I'm writing you a referral. Just get out of here.
Midnight Navy?
Like, what is that? This is what I'm talking about. So those are my New Jersey ones.
Okay.
So Broncos, white helmet's trash. A+ on the throwback. Everything else mid. Jets I liked. Ravens, Big Bird's purple cousin.
Yeah.
Texans fine, Giants horrible, Vikings cool, missing something, Lions with the black, meh.
Cowboys stayed the same essentially.
Pretty much. Now, I did write down what I thought were the 5 best jerseys in the league, and the Cowboys are on there.
I think
classic.
they're top 5. If I had to go top 5 at the top of my head, I'd put the Cowboys in there. I'd put the Chargers in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put the Broncos in there with that one.
Yeah.
I would probably put the Patriots in there.
So big disagreement on that.
And then
one.
I'm gonna go Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I like the.
Yeah.
So I have my list was the Cowboys, the 49ers, and especially when they play each other.
Yeah.
I hate the 49ers. It's my least favorite franchise. They have great jerseys. The color combos, the tradition. Whenever the Cowboys and 49ers play, it just looks great.
Yeah.
Steelers, in a vacuum, they're not great jerseys, but the tradition does it for me. Chargers are the best jersey in the league, and I've always loved the purple Vikings. Like just such a unique jersey.
It's clean.
But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the New Jerseys. It's a lovely accent. New Jersey.
We probably got about time for one more segment, brother.
Okay. You want me to apologize, or did you want to do something?
No, I want to hear I don't have anything else. I want to hear about this.
We did preview it.
This is kind of leading into your profound statement, right?
Yes, my profound statement or thought.
I'm interested to hear this.
So it's weird being married, just overall, because then like you spent most of your life not married, so you'd sleep in your own bed by yourself, and you do your normal routine and go to sleep.
Right.
And then you get married, and she stays up later than I do, and so like 10:30 comes around, I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. I'll see you later. Yeah. And I go to sleep, no problem. She likes to stay up a little bit later, so she'll go to bed like 10:30, 11. If I like to go to bed like 9:30, 10 because I get up earlier.
Yeah.
So I go to bed earlier. But when she's not there, like tonight or tomorrow night, she'll be back. When I can't sleep, it's weird. It's so strange. Like I spent most of my life sleeping by myself, and yet now I'm like, you just get weirdly antsy. You hear noises, or just weird stuff. So I was just up thinking. And it was like 2 a.m, and I'm like wide awake, just like kind of going over memories, thinking. And I had a flashback. So it was just after Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of got a faith element to it and an apologetic as an apology sense. But I remember when I was like 15 or 16, and I was talking to some random girl, and I don't remember if we were at church. I don't remember if I was in college at the time yet. Maybe I was 17. Like it's in a range of time.
Yeah.
And she was real stressed because her dad was real stressed. And her dad was stressed because he might lose his job because like he was in sales of some sort. The economy was real down. I guess it was 2007, 2008 time. So the economy was real down. No one's making sales. And he was, looking like he was going to lose his job. And so he was stressed. But she didn't want to know that she told me because, he didn't want anyone to know. And I'm like, just keep praying about it and have faith and it'll be okay. And I realized, like, yes, those things are true. Have faith, pray about it.
Right.
Man, like, that stress is real.
Absolutely.
Like, you got, she was about to go to college. I think he had another son that was in college, if I remember right. So you got 2 kids that are in college or about to be in college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the wife was working, so he's the only guy bringing money in.
Yeah.
And you're about to go from, whatever 1,000 a month to 0. And then some like 16, 17-year-old kids like, yeah, you should just tell them to have faith and to relax a little bit. And it's like, man, like I have a lot of stress and a lot of fighting, a lot of anxiety with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Right.
So I can't even imagine the stress that comes with, now I got to pay for college.
Right.
Now I got to put these guys through the most expensive thing there is and launch them into their lives successfully. It's my last bit as being a father. I don't want to be like the dad who doesn't have a job who now can't pay for the college after promising to pay for college. So don't know that guy's name, but I am sorry. So that's man, it's so hard.
Your apology to him.
Yeah. It's so hard being a dad and you don't know it until you're there. And it never leaves you. That's what I keep talking to older dads about, the stress they have for their kids. Like the kids that are gone and in college and have families. Like, yeah, still worry about them. I'm like, he's 32. He has 3 children. He's fine. Like, yeah, right. Never stops. I'm like, come on.